Welcome back to Critical Moment. Enough of the strengths. Let's talk about your weaknesses. Not personal weaknesses, but Mac Thai weaknesses.
I guess we do have quite a few. I think one is penetration.
Okay.
For example...
Well, don't you have enough? 188 by the end of the year?
Well, I think Thailand can take 500 restaurants.
Okay.
We are not in 50 provinces today.
Right.
So even each of those provinces add one or two. I can easily add between 50 and 100 restaurants. I think that's one. Secondly, supply chain in terms of efficiency. We still continue to work through efficiency and supply chain.
Okay.
In terms of manufacturing, 80% or 75 to 80% of all our produce are purchased locally.
Okay, that's good.
And we try to
25 to 30%.
25-30% we import.
Okay, okay, and the rest is within. That's good. That adds up to the Thai business.
That's clear to do. And,
okay.
And from there, efficiency, local efficiency, continue to work on it. I think that's important.
Okay.
And able to help the local factory to export.
Okay.
For example, the nuggets they produce here sent to Singapore, the
that's
patties to Japan. That helps to reduce costs as well.
Now, Singapore, you have about 120 something, right. And there are 4 million of people living in Singapore. Now, per capita, it's a lot. It seems like it seems like in Thailand, 60 million something plus, and you're now having almost 200. You want 500. Isn't the ratio kind of obscure?
Yeah, I mean, Singapore is highly penetrated. Level of income is high.
Yeah.
Now you think of it, a McDonald's meal in Singapore during lunch is cheaper than going to food court. Now this is reversed in Thailand, but in Singapore, because of the cost of goods are low, duty free, efficiency, they're able to bring the cost down. Right. For us, we still have a way to go, but I believe we're here for the long haul.
Okay.
So over time, we should be able to manage to get to a better cost structure.
But in the meantime, how do you subsidize the cost? I know that the price of the food or raw material increase every year. However, fortunately, I would say the price of Big Mac has not changed or noticeably changed over the year. How do you do that? Okay,
we are very strict on our price increase. We do take price increase, but we try to maintain our price increase below inflation. For example, inflation is 4.5–5%. Our pricing could be somewhere about 2.5% to 3% in a year. So that's kind of where what we're trying to do. And in order to be efficient, what we do is we are growing between 20 to 25% a year. With rapid growth, we can get economy of scale to hold the price down.
Okay.
So that's how we pass the savings back to the customers.
All right, all right. Well, talk about customers. I noticed that you have changed the way that you decorated your stores recently, particularly in Hat Yai with Diana Shopping Center and near Param Song area. I noticed that the table are bigger and have some working space, etc. It looks great, okay? And I would see that a person would spend a lot of time in it. But isn't that the opposite of the concept of McDonald's, like you come and go quickly out of here?
Well, we are real food fast.
Food fast?
Real food fast.
Not fast food.
Fast food is somebody else, not me.
Okay.
Right? We're real food. So we know the ingredient, we make customer convenient. So the Wi-Fi in the restaurant, we want customer to stay around. Enjoy the moment, breathe in, eat the food, not rush through 20 minutes and get out. Right,
but aren't you losing business? Aren't you supposed to subsidize something?
We are building our restaurant slightly bigger nowadays. So when we calculate, based on our sales, how many customer, let's say we need 80 seats, we might have 100 seats. We cater for growth. And you mentioned earlier, like in Diana, in Bang Yai, last week, Bang Yai Kanchana Piset, in Hat Yai, we opened not just bigger, longer tables, but each table on both sides we have actually plugs. Right. So that the customer can charge their handphone, they can charge their computer while they're in the restaurant.
Why, do you get subsidized from the Electricity Authority of Thailand?
I wish so. Can we talk to the current government, see if we can help bring our price down a little bit.
Well, in the meantime, why do you want them to spend more time at your store besides having them to get in and get out fast so that the turnover will be higher? Higher turnover means higher income for you.
True to some extent. But I think if you think long-term of consumer, if you look at consumer habits today, everyone walking around with a phone or with an iPad or computer, they need to do something. Right? If you cut them out too early, they go somewhere else do it. Right? You got to satisfy what the customer needs. Right? So we believe if we can satisfy the customer daily needs, they might come in today for coffee, tomorrow they come in for porridge, nighttime we have chop, daytime we have rice. We have different product for different customer. Right? Our number one seller today is our filet-o-fish.
Okay.
Right? So customer can have different products that they like.
Why is that? Why is the filet-o-fish?
Number one, you look at per capita consumption, beef is the lowest. So our biggest total selling item is actually chicken. And then pork and fish is very close, and then come the beef.
Okay.
Right.
Is it a health reason as well?
I think partially religion, because of Guan Yin, they don't.
โอเคเจ้าแม่กวนอิม
ใช่ so beef is not as popular.
Right.
But McDonald's with 4 different protein.
Yes.
Chicken, fish, pork, and beef.
But all these protein have something in common. That is fried, deep fried. What do you say about that?
Tastes good. Wow.
Yeah, it's true.
And you look at the calories of our product, right? Compared to ข้าวมันไก่ข้าวขาหมู
Yeah.
I mean, this is significantly.
Same, huh?
And McDonald's, we support sports. Like current Olympics, we are one of the main sponsors.
Yeah.
And we're bringing
Impressive CSR, I see.
Yeah, because everything is important, and we encourage healthy lifestyle and eating in moderation. I think all this is important. And McDonald's also on a global program is looking at reducing sodium, for example.
Okay.
We reduce sodium in some of our proteins.
Okay.
So over time, these are all the programs that we look at. Shortening, for example, earlier we spoke trans fat. We look at that, we measure that, making sure that the oil is correct, all vegetable oil being used. So
is it at par with other McDonald's around the world, particularly at the developed nation?
Oh yes, because McDonald's standard, it doesn't take into consideration developing, developed, or whatever.
Okay.
It's all got to be a McDonald's standard.
Okay.
If we're not there, when you need to get there.
Okay.
But clearly, we look at number one, McDonald's standard here. We got to be the highest in the market. I think the quality standards expected of McDonald's is high. So we intend to continue to maintain that.
Okay.
And giving customers great value for money.
Okay. Well, recently McDonald's has this deal about terminating the red meat inducing agent, you know, to make the meat more juicy, etc., because it's bad for you. I don't remember what is the scientific name on that. Is McDonald's Thailand comply to those kind of elimination?
That is isolated to some part of McDonald's, but it's in Southeast Asia,
right?
Especially in APMEA. APMEA stands for Asia Pacific, Middle East, Africa.
Okay, yeah,
The
developing.
It's 100% not on that basis.
Okay, not on that basis.
Yeah.
So we're still taking that kind of red meat inducive.
No, we has never used any induction at all.
Okay, that's a relief.
So for example, our cattle here are grown naturally. Our chicken that we purchase here are from GFPT and CP. So basically, they all adhere to international standard, health standard, quality requirement, and so on.
Okay, that's very good to know.
That's why I say we are real food fast, because the traceability on the product is very important.
Right, right. You have touched on the weaknesses. You have touched on the constraints, which is basically the supply, the logistics, but you have yet not mentioned so much of the opportunity. Do you see the opportunity in Thailand and AEC, and can it go together with McDonald's?
Oh, certainly. I mentioned earlier, I think Thailand can hold 500 restaurants. Right? When we're not, right? If you every year open 25, 30, it could be another 15, 20 years. I think the potential is there. You reference Singapore 120 restaurants, Malaysia has about 250 restaurants,
Yep.
which is only about 1/3 our population. So with income growing, right, I believe we'll continue to grow.
Okay. So we probably will have the McDonald's hamburger index card. The index, the one that
The
supposed
Big
to reflect.
The Big Mac index on currency.
Exactly, exactly. But if we link it with the development, do you think the index will be increased as well?
I think
The
the index
prices.
over time will increase, but the increase should be lower than inflation.
Okay.
Because we should be able to get efficiency out of the whole because as we grow, we get economy of scale.
Right.
As we get economy of scale, and also we invest in equipment and so on to get productivity, we should be able to pass the savings back to customer. So the price increase should never be above inflation.
Right, it sounds really good, you know, but from a management standpoint, you cannot control the inflation and the price has to be below the inflation. But the gap is there. How do you go about subsidizing that?
That's why we're losing hair all the time. We're working on it all the time. Like I mentioned, I think one is the supply chain. But clearly supply chain is crucial to get the pricing right.
And that's one of our weaknesses, the supply chain.
Yes, one opportunity that we can continue to grow.
Okay.
I think the second point is continue to grow number of customers. As we grow 24 hours, if we grow more restaurants, then as the number of customers increase, our purchasing volume increases.
Okay.
When that increase, we can maintain with our suppliers a lower increase in price. That together we can manage the pricing.
Over and over again, you say that the price would not increase as much as the inflation. Come on, it's impossible. You're going to have to subsidize it. How are you going to do that?
Well, number one, we've got to bear in mind that the objective for the customers. If we keep increasing prices, impossible for customers to catch up as well, right? Being a mass chain, right, for the people, we got to find ways of doing that. So one, through supply chain, working with our suppliers, giving them forecasting and projection of requirements.
Okay.
Right. Two, apart from that, is growing number of customers coming to our restaurant. And over the last 6 years, year on year, number of customers coming to our restaurant has been increasing. So by increasing that and our suppliers, we can able to at least moderate the price increase on our suppliers.
Okay.
We also take the best learnings around the world on manufacturing. By bringing that into Thailand and working with local suppliers, we help create efficiency as well.
Okay.
So when you reduce waste, increase efficiency, and more customers, we can at least moderate. We cannot stop the price increase.
Okay.
But I think we can moderate it.
Right. Very smart man. We'll be right back. Hello, this is Kritika, your host for Critical Moment, a know-how show of doing business successfully in Thailand and AEC. So, what is your critical moment? See me every week at MCOT World.